everybody, it's Hyrule Ballerine. So, I'm going to unbox a version of a game called Butts in Space. This is the original Kickstarter edition. I'm sure it's very much like the original or retail edition. And of course, the exclusive robot card from the Kickstarter. But that is not the version I'm unboxing. I'm going to unbox the Galactic Edition, which I just recently ordered through Dusty Top Hat through their website. Because I honestly didn't know until recently they had an expansion. And I figured rather than just get the expansion, which I'll probably get just for myself later, I got the Galactic Edition, which is the base game and the expansion. So there is our Galactic Edition box. I added on, and I'll set that down and unroll it here, the playmat. It'll go with the expansion to make the Galactic Edition a little easier. I don't remember the name. There we go. Includes the Plungers Planets expansion, which I will end up getting. Let's pull that forward so you guys can see that a little better. Leave the original game up there. There we go. Zoom out. No, don't need to zoom. It'll all fit in there perfectly. So there is the playmat. And let's open up this here. I don't know if this will have expansion symbols or not. Personally, I am a big fan of expansions for games, especially card games. You have expansion symbols, so it is easier to separate those later. But that's not a huge deal for a version of the game like this, where it's all boxed up together. Stow that away. Let's see what we got in here. And of course, we're going to have information trying to sell us a couple of games here. Oh, and pins with the different teepees. Our rules. It has been a while since I played the base game. But as I recall, it's kind of a matching game. Here's our expansion rules. I'm curious how different that rulebook is from the original. A little bit bigger. A little cleaner. Probably made a few changes to it. And here is our rule book for the expansion, which obviously deals with the planets, among other things they've added. We'll kind of take a peek at some of the cards here. And it does look like, I should keep this open, the cards are different from the original cards. Here's our original backing. Come on. Okay, so these are your player characters. Which are definitely set up different. We've got basically the same art, except everybody's got a plunger on there, so the art's slightly different here. But obviously, Instead of having a backing on these, it's got the same picture on both sides. And it's got the black border instead of the white border. And coloring looks a little bit different too. It looks like we got, purple space instead of black space. Not that that makes a huge difference. Then obviously they won't have a reprint of that. Okay, so the backing is the same on the old versus the new. But the face, again, is different. Let's see if I can... Yeah, because there's the space blob, which we just saw. Where'd that go? Space blob. So yeah, they've definitely upgraded artwork. Upgraded the cards. Different colors. Oops. We'll go all through all these here in a second. I just kind of wanted to compare. So yeah, instead of having them all look very similar, these are all now designed a little more uniquely. So let's kind of go through these. Our TP cards. It looks like we'll have a couple piles of those. So wild TP, which obviously one of each. Let's open up the other chunk of cards here. It's funny when they set these up with the little tearaway piece, it's never as easy as you think it should be to find them. Or find the edge. And I wonder how many people these days know that that's how cigarette packs, and well, maybe they still do it on cigarette packs, I don't know. Not a smoker, I just know my parents were when I was a kid. So here's some common TPs: lighthouse, piano, three-headed, bearded, watermelon cupcake, top hat frog, poison drink, pirate, bookshelf, red pale mushroom, snake charmer cake, wizard, tree stump, sunglasses, traffic hat, tie, snowman, s'mores, golden plunger, cow, outlet, latte, tuxedo, robot, sheep, shark, sheet music, pig, flower pot, earth, and fire hydrant. Our rare TPs: owl, constellation, mustache, snail, milk and cookies, rotary phone, jack-o'-lantern, gumball machine, mermaid scale, royal, treasure map, alien, sock monkey, octopus, birdcage, toothbrush holder, aquarium, grass, mythical, dragon, toaster, unicorn, mimic, and some more wild, which would be popcorn, cheese, dog, ghost, hourglass, kitty, ice cream, and pineapple. So we'll set these up here. Let's see what else we got here. Power farts. Rotate the butts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. The evil butt. Seal a random TP from each player. Boob butt. Skip a player's next turn. Space blob. Draw 2 cards. Swap butts with a player. Looks like there are 4 of those of different colors. Underwear. Protect yourself from an effect. Okay, crate. Take a look at the player's hand and take a card. Red crystal, steal a random card from a player's hand. Green crystal, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Confusion, shuffle all hands together and deal them out. Asteroid, give each player a card from your hand. Ship part, flush accelerator, flush capacitor, flush coil, flush drive, flush regulator, flush transducer, and flush valve. And these would be our plunger cards. Now these don't, I guess they do. They've got their own backs. I'll have to look through the rules here because it's possible these are played completely separate. Because it would be odd to mix these in and have, come on, 2 different backs at the same time. So let's get that tossed. And we'll go through these. Our common TPs: cactus, castle, dinosaur, ladybug. Ship parts: the flush throttle. And we have a jelly plunger. I'm sure we'll get a few things similar to that. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck and plunge any TP. A couple of those. Trusty plunger. Plunge a common set from a player. Radioactive plunger. Plunge a set from the player with the most sets. Planetary plunger, rotate the planets. Plunge bot, plunge all the TP from player's hand. Plunger? Plunge a rare set from a player. Giant molecular cloud. It's an event. Split each plunge pile into 2 equal piles. We have the shooting star event. Wish for TP or action cards out loud. Look at the top 5 cards of the deck and take any that match your wish. Supernova event. Rotate the butts clockwise and replace all players' planets. We have the super underwear. Protect yourself from an effect. If it's from an action card, take the card. And we'll just stick those back in here. Open up the planets. This one I think I'm going to have to cut open, so do that. We'll take a peek at the planets. And I'm going to assume that if you are watching this, you probably played the regular Butts in Space, but we'll take a quick peek through the rules, and definitely the rules of the expansion here. But Derriere the Dapper. Tap a top hat symbol. TP with a top hat symbol can be used in any common set. Counts as a wild. Halcyon the Tranquil. Drop to 7 cards instead of 6 at the beginning of your turn. Flatulon the Cracked. Anytime a card tells you to discard 1 or more cards, draw 1 card instead. Uzeth the Slimy. After playing a set, you can rotate the butts. Gluteus the Mooner. TP with a butt symbol can be used in any common set. Counts as a wild TP. Peaches the Dainty. TP with a bow tie symbol can be used, with a pink bow symbol, can be used in any common set. Counts as a wild TP. Ripwan the Windy. When you rotate the butts on your turn, draw 2 cards. Hirsute the Unshorn. TP with a plunger symbol can be used in any common set. Counts as a wild TP. Zorgdon the Plunderer. When you play a card from the plunge pile, draw a card. Thronos the Porcelain. You can store a set on this planet. This set can match any bud. You can play the set later. This set goes back into your hand if this planet is lost. P05T3 R10R, or Posterior, the mechanical. You can discard this planet to protect yourself from an effect. Uranus, the gas giant. Or maybe it is actually pronounced Uranus since it's a butt game. During your turn, TP cards can be plunged to rotate the butts. 1 TP per rotation, you choose the direction. So let's look at the modern rules here, as opposed to the classic. Evil Butt has stolen all the toilet paper in the universe and destroyed your toilet spaceship. Compete to retrieve the most TP before your spaceship is repaired. So how to win? The winner is the player with the most sets of toilet paper when the game ends. And like we said, kind of a matching game. The game ends when all 7 ship parts have been drawn from the deck. And that was these here. I imagine that might go up to 8 if we use the expansion. If multiple people have the same number of sets, the one with the most points win. And common is 1 point per set, mythical 3, and rare is 2. Setup. Separate the butt cards. Place each one face up. It's pretty easy because you just can't help but be face up. If there were less than 4 players, place the extra butt characters on the play area as if they were in use. Not because of rotations and stuff, I'm sure. Shuffle the remaining cards and place them face down to form the draw pile. Players take turns playing cards and set from their hand. The player with the biggest butt goes first, and play proceeds in a clockwise direction. Woohoo, look at that. Having a big butt's good for you. On your turn, drop the draw pile until you have 6 cards in your hand. If you already have 6 or more cards, draw 1 card. After drawing, you can do one of the following. Play action cards or form TP sets. You can play multiple action cards and form multiple sets in any order. So basically do any of these at any point during your turn. Play an action card. To play an action card, place it into the discard pile and follow the instructions on the game. Yep, definitely upgraded because it shows all the colors for these guys here. Forming TP sets. TP is set up of 1 mythical, 2 rare, or 3 common. And the reverse of the points. To form a TP set, place the appropriate number of TP cards from your hand onto the table in front of you. So, obviously these are all different. They don't have to match, but if you have 3 of these, you can make a set. And Wild will replace anything else. Presumably in a matching set. I doubt Wild can count as mythical. But it's been a while since I played. When forming a TP set, each TP set must also have the symbol or your current butt character. Or of your current butt. Yeah. So there we go. Knew there was something like that. It's been a while. So there's our bow. There's our plunger. Plunger or top hat. So these will work as either of those. So you have to have the matching symbols and they have to match the character you're playing. Bow butt, classy butt, butt, and hairy butt. When forming a common or rare TP set, a wild can be used instead of a common or rare TP. Only 1 wild can be used in each set. Wild have actions that you must perform when they're used to form a set. Look at that one. When played, draw a card. It looks like most of these are going to be the draw a card, rotate clockwise, oops, and clockwise. And I don't remember there being a wild in here, but let's double check. No, just a few more commons. All sets in front of you at the end of the game count towards your final score. When your butt character card changes throughout the game, all of your sets remain in front of you. Ending your turn. Your turn ends whenever you decide to stop playing cards from your hand. You do not discard when ending your turn. Event cards. When you draw an event card, it must be played immediately after you are finished drawing all cards. Asteroids are event cards. Observe the following examples. You begin your turn with 1 card in hand. First, draw cards until you have 6 in hand, then play any event cards. You use a green card, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Use a green crystal, then play any event cards, and then finally discard 2 cards. Ship parts, which were these ones over here. They're played as soon as they are drawn from the deck. When you draw a ship part, set it aside and draw a new card. When a 7th ship part is drawn from the deck, game ends immediately. And it goes on to explain these cards, which we already kind of know what they do, because now let's look at the changes here with Plungers and Planets. PlungeBot has arrived and he's brought with him an arsenal of plungers. Use the new plunge mechanic to gather more toilet paper than ever before and visit nearby planets for powerful effects, and it will also aid in your request. So we've got the 12 planet cards that we already went through, 4 double-sided TP cards, interesting because these ones are not double-sided. 21 deck expansion cards. Okay, here's our setup. Follow the butts. Okay. Yeah, follow the butts in Space Game setup before doing the following. Shuffle and place 12 planet cards face down in the center of the play area to form the planet pile, which is going to be, let's clear these up. Get this stuff off of here, so we can actually see where we're going to do that. And I'm going to just get this out of the way. I will say I definitely like the change for the cards because it makes the different types stand out a little more. So, just go back here. And I'm not going to do any shuffling, but we're going to place them face down for the planet pile. And obviously, if you don't have this, you're just going to kind of set it off to the side somewhere. Flip over 3 from nearby planet selection. Just flip those over. Shuffle and place the double-sided TP cards in the center to form the plunge pile. So that's going to be our plunge pile here. And I'm just going to drop those there. And the reason we would shuffle is because obviously each one has its own symbol, one for each of the 4 characters. Shuffle the deck expansion cards into the butts in space to form the draw pile. Okay. So now that kind of surprises me that those get shuffled in because the backs are different as opposed to having an expansion symbol. That seems like it could potentially make it easier for someone to know what's what in there, but what do I know? Base game rules still apply when playing with the Plungers and Planets expansion, with the addition of 2 new elements, planets and the plunger pile. Ding ding. Planet has a selection of nearby planets available. And planets have effects to help the character. We've already kind of read through those. On your turn, you can acquire a planet from the nearby planet I need to slow down there. From the nearby planet selection by plunging a TV from your hand. See page 9 for plunging. We'll skip ahead. Plunge means to send cards from the top of the plunge pile, or to the top, so we'll take cards from the hand and stick them there. Some action cards and planets tell you to plunge TP. The person who does the plunging gets to determine the order of the cards being placed into the pile. If there are multiple plunge piles when you plunge, all of the cards are placed into one plunge pile of your choice. So here's our split for something that'll probably come up in the rules here. Acquired planets are placed on the table in front of you, so I'm guessing either from here or here, and those will probably get replaced if that's the case. Each player can have one planet at a time. Each player can only acquire one planet per turn. If a player acquires a new planet, their current planet is sent to the planet discard pile. I'll just throw that there for the hell of it. After acquiring a planet, replace the empty space in the nearby selection. So there we go. Yeah, you can choose one of these. If it goes away, the next one gets flipped. Planet effects can be used multiple times while in your possession. If the planets run out, shuffle the discard pile and make it the new planet pile. So good, that keeps going. The plunge pile. The plunge pile is face up in the center of the play area that contains TP. This pile starts with the 4 double-sided TP cards, these guys here. During your turn, you can use the top card of the plunge pile when forming a set. Multiple sets can be formed this way on your turn. Cards used from the plunge pile must still follow all rules for completing the set, i.e. has to be same card type and it has to have the symbol. Sometimes there will be multiple plunge piles due to the giant molecular cloud card being drawn. The player may use the top card from any of the plunge piles, but may only use one plunge pile card per set. We just read the plunging here a minute ago. So event cards, pretty much what it is. Same as before. Draw an event card, it must be played immediately. You do what it says to do. If you draw multiple event cards at one time, you can resolve them in any order. And that just tells you what they are, which we read earlier. New action cards, which we read earlier. New ship part. Play immediately to draw a card. There are now 8 ship parts in the deck, but the game still ends when 7 parts have been drawn. Okay. And then let's just list the planets again. So there we go. So it just adds in a few interesting changes. But if you've played the game, I'm curious to know if you liked it or not. If you played the expansion already, I'm curious if you liked it and how it interacted with the game. If you haven't played the game, I'm curious what you think of it after watching this video. And regardless, thank you for watching. And as always, happy gaming.